Hi everyone, we're going to review fractions and decimals again, but this time we're going to play Is It True? Fractions and decimals. So here is your first one. Think about this. Is it true that 3/5 is equal to 6/10? Pause and write that down and see if it is true or false before going to the next slide. It is true, and I'm going to show you how. Hopefully you already figured that out on your own, either in your head or you wrote something down to determine whether that fraction and that decimal are equivalent. So I'm going to show you how I would do it. So 3/5. I first want to change that to tenths or hundredths, but I like tenths. So 5 times 2 is 10. So 3 times 2 is 6. And now this fraction right here, what does it say? 6/10. And this right here has the 6 written in the tenths spot, so it is also 6/10. So 3/5 and 6/10 are equivalent. Let's try the next one. Is it true that 8/16 is equal to 4/10? Write it down. Think about it before moving forward. Pause the video. That is false. 8/16 is not equal to 4/10. Let me show you how I know. So 8/16. So I want to make that tenths or hundredths, but that's not really easy to do. So I'm going to tell you that sometimes you need to simplify the fraction first. So I'm going to divide the top and the bottom by 2. And let's see what happens if I do that. 8 divided by 2 is 4, and 16 divided by 2 is 8. That's not helping me. Maybe I need to divide it by 2 again. 4 divided by 2 equals 2, and 8 divided by 2 equals 4. It's not getting where I wanted it to be, so I'm going to keep going. Divide by 2 again. Divide by 2. 2 divided by 2 equals 1, and 4 divided by 2 equals half. Now, most of you know that 1/2 is going to be equal to a specific decimal, but some of you might not be sure. So now that we have a 2 down here, we can easily get it to be tenths. So 2 times 5 is 10, and 1 times 5 is 5. 5/10. So right here, that does not say 5/10, that says 4/10. So just to go back and show you, I did all that work, but I'm just going to go back. Let's erase all this real quick. I'm going to show you how I could have gotten that a lot faster. Because when I was simplifying and I was trying to find a common number to divide the top and the bottom by, I could have divided the top and the bottom by 8. 8 divided by 8 is 1, and 16 divided by 8 is 2, and I would have gotten that a lot faster to get me to 5/10. I just wanted to show you that real quick. All right, moving on. Third question. Is it true that 3/4 is equal to 8/10? Pause the video, think about it, see if you're right. That is also false. So let me show you how you can prove it. So 3/4 is equal to what? Well, tenths isn't going to be real easy to get to because 4 times something is not 10. But there is this number, 4 times 25, that will get me to 100 because 4 times 25 cents equals 100 cents or $1. That's how I always remember. And 3 times 25 is 75. So now we are at our fraction that's really easy to write as a decimal because that says 75 hundredths and that says 75 hundredths. That did not. So that's why that was false. Now we're going to do a different game, and it's called Make a Match. So I want to match the fractions in purple with the decimals in orange. So just write these down on a piece of paper and then try to connect them to the correct one. And pause this, do that work, and then move on. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what the correct answers are. So, first of all, I'm going to change that to being over 100. So 50 times 2, so that means 6 hundredths. That would be that one. And then here, I'm going to divide by 4 to get to 10. So 8 divided by 4 is 2. That's 2/10. That's that one. Now, process of elimination. Obviously, that one must go there, but let's just double check it. So we want to get to tenths. So times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, and that definitely says 4/10. So there are your very quick answers, matching those correctly. And here we have just a little more practice, so go ahead and pause and write these down and solve, and then see if you get them right. Whoops. All right, I guess I need to show you the answers to these. So this written as a decimal is going to be 0.50. And it would be okay if you just wrote it like that too. 5/10 or 50 hundredths. Number 2, that would be 6/10, so 0.6. And 8 hundredths would need to be like that. Make sure you didn't write the 8 in the 10th spot. And then 9/10. Moving on, now write these decimals as fractions. So pause the video and then solve and then come back and check your work. All right, so this one right here is 4/10. So we write that 4 over 10. Number 2 is 50 over 100 because this says 50 hundredths. And I'm noticing on both of those answers I could simplify. So we're going to go back to those in just a minute. Let's finish up. So number 3, 38 hundredths. And number 4, 8 hundredths. All right, so we can definitely simplify all of those. Let me do that, and then you can see the work. Just 1 second. Okay. There are all the answers simplified in yellow. And I'm not going to show you how to do that because with some time, I'm sure you can all figure it out by dividing the top and the bottom by the same number. All right, I think we're almost to the end. Changing. Oops. Okay, I already gave you all of those answers, so you can just ignore this page. And that's all, folks. So now you can stop and go see what else you have to do on Google Classroom.